Hello and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. Last time we left off, we ended up seeing a little cutscene with the possible suspects to the murder. But they flew back in, so we should be able... Where is his, Is this it? Yes, this is it. So they flew back in, so he might be here. Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Was there any sign of the Monsieur? No, not yet. He's still vacationing. Come back next week. I don't know then that he should have... There's a time restraint if I end up... Just for the hell of it. Are they at our place? I don't know. I don't know where I'd go at this point. Maybe the market? That's strange, I don't see the flower girl. Okay, so... I guess we could check the okay. Then I have no clue. I don't know where I'd go from this point. Why don't we go to the bar then? Is there anything at the bar that I need to know about? Nope. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so there actually is questioning maybe here. Ah, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, madame. That's great to hear, hon. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigate work today. So I've got to keep sharp. We wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, son, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm lucky to serve the occasional, bourgeois? I swear to God, I looked that word up and I can't remember now. It's been like weeks now. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Palu, are playing cards in the attics. Same as always. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you're rattling enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. I kind of want to go to the drinking room, but I guess we can go to the card place first just to talk to the regulars. Come on, Paulu. Let's... just one more game of Jayjay. I don't hate French, but I hate trying to say it. Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is. Please, I'll even let you deal this time. The answer's no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you will have to ask someone else. Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, sir. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jayjay? I may be saying it right. I really doubt it. I'm gonna lose money, no. I'm afraid I don't have time for that, monsieur. I have some investigative work to take care of. Come on, surely you have time for one quick game? No. No, thank you. Maybe later. I understand. See you around, monsieur. Okay, so I guess probably the only way to talk to them is by playing the card game. And if it's an actual game, then I'll have a very hard time with that. So there I was in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I'd been pursuing the set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar, a big stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim, and then BAM! You shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Me now and went the same way. That's what I thought. When I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Ooh. Whoa, it was rabid? Possible. But I didn't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? That might be... Didn't that guard froth from the mouth? Yeah, I'm gonna ask about that. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say that the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Can you give us some further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would guess that it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around, Wolfsbane, I think they called it. But really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. I'll just ask him. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen Juan Cuerdo around here. He's his Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hats, calls everyone senora, and I swear to God, I turned myself offline. I don't know why it says Yamo's out of jail. That kind of concerns me. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Pio? It got the clue. Sorry, monsieur, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty, that sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Leave them be. Okay. Okay, so I might have learned about the poison, how they got killed. I don't think the guys upstairs would really have any idea as to what's going on. I don't remember when the case date is, but if we can, I will go down. Oh, wait, is there something different? The humble hidden library contains okay. So that's new. Let's go here. Okay. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork. The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Rings for squares. The classics. I like the classics, you know. Oh my God, I don't even know what that is. That sort of thing. Don't try to act smart. I saw you reading that book of naughty limericks the other day. You didn't think I would notice because you put a dull-looking slipcover over it, but I knew, Falcon, I knew. Oh, I just skipped right over that. Would you messieurs mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building. Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We will keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation. Oh my God. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assertively the librarian. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. I don't know, does he know anything about that? I borrowed this book from a friend. Can you tell us about it? It's a classic. Everyone has read it. Yeah, everyone. But for those who haven't, I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. Nor would I expect you to, monsieur, but, what can you tell us about the physical book itself? The particular book doesn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop, a French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. I see, thank you. What an asshole. That's why they made him a donkey. Did you have any other questions? Sure, let's talk about that. Seemed like a well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news, and the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat. Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the imminent heirs to every throne in Europe. Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention because I'm not repeating myself. The current resigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabel II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand. I'm really bad with Roman numerals too. Wow, this game makes me feel like a complete idiot. It truly does. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an imminent family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlist, headed by the Count of Motilim. Oh my god, I am butchering these names so badly and I apologize, but I can't. I hope that answers your question. Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a prince of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation. A prince? Is that what you said, Monsieur? I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not sure Corredo is a real name. It is certainly no line of Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure, our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or maybe he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our best interest to... Yeah, I was gonna ask him that too. Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting? Yes, that's all. Don't worry, I think we're done here. Thanks for your time. Then I bid you a good day. He's lying to us, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go down there and see what's going on. Okay. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Nope. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to the wrong place there for a second. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order? Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Such confidence. That's magnificent. Oh, wait. Did I go to the wrong place? I swear to God, if I clicked the wrong one. Bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more adjusting at imaginary giants. Although you cease your yammering, the door is opening. Yep, I went to the wrong place. Okay, well, stupid me, I just realized that I spent way too many days, and if I had an extra day, I would be able to go down to the jail, but it is trial day. JJ, Severin, nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous, I'm as calm as, Cuckoo. Yeah, Cuckoo, you're the nervous one. The whole courtroom is nervous. Whoa, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain. Oh my God! Fuck those words. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why, you pompous-tailed, posture-perfect. Okay, well, that's the judge. Didn't expect that one, actually. Order, let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon. What is it? Is it to me, or does that, look hairier today? Yeah, that's a concern right there. That's a different judge to the one who resided over Catalan's trial, you doofus. Oh, still... It's a little strange. Yeah, it is a little strange. It's a little, suppose. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over this case. Where is he? He's gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. Okay. But rest assured, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragging out by oh my god. I can't talk. Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page? Excellent! Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the scene of the crime. I call upon Inspector... oh my god, whatever his name is. Step out of the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. Oh no, not this guy again. Why is he always a part of everything? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court's record. My name is Inspector. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Whoa, really? Is going for a speedy record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Felipe, whatever, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand and around 2 dozen the citizens and the king himself all attested to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? He determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very, the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that the report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, let's tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie to the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Well, if I can do your cross-examination. Select a statesman at 10 o'clock. What do I even have in here? That's chocolate wrapper, business card for... I have a feeling about that. Major... On close to them, why would page 44 be missing? Probably should have asked about that, maybe. Who knows? So I'm kinda screwed because I don't really have anything in my book here. Around 2 dozens of blah blah blah. Poisoning. I wonder. Let me see about this. Inspector, you say he determined with certainty that that's Major Howell was killed by poisoning. Correct. He stated that signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that the death was natural. What kind of poison was it? Well, I mean, technically they said something about wolfsbane. I don't know. Maybe. Did he mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. At first, he thought it was plant-borne poison that, like that of an Econti. Oh my god, it's a flower. But then he learned how fast the poison had taken effect. He noted that this was typical of whatever. Consequently, he suggested that it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirmed that this was very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Do you have another question about the poison? No, I don't know. Never mind. He's probably gonna say something stupid if I click that. What about the civilians? I don't know. Inspector, you say that there were around 24 civilians, all of whom attested to seeing that client deliver the poison rose. Oh boy, when you put it like that, our situation seems a little dire, doesn't it? Correct, we collected precisely 22 testimonies, and there were no major inconsistencies. What exactly did they say? I would like some further details. What exactly did the testimony say? Each citizen attested to seeing the king and his entourage approaching the new painting in the Grand Gallery. They each heard the king deliver a short speech which was on the subject of progress and society improvements and the whatnot. There was some applause and Prince stepped out of the crowd and approached the king with a rose in his hand. Each person then saw Major Howell take the rose from the prince, and each person saw Major Howell promptly drop dead. I see. Some of the descriptions of the man's death were quite graphic. He convulsed, twisted, and spasmed, the one witness. His mouth frothed like he was a rabid lunatic, said the other. Thank you, Inspector. I think we get the picture. Do you have any questions? No, whatever. I don't know. It's the last thing I can think. Inspector, I would like to ask you about the victim. What if he was the intended victim? Who was he? Just curious. We spent our whole investigation focusing on the murder, but we still don't know much about the victim himself. Exactly who was Major Howell? He was a royal guard, a well-respected dog who was getting on in the years. I was not friends with the man, but I had met him on several occasions in the past, at banquets and royal meetings and the sort. Major Howell was a stern, no-nonsense fellow, but he was a good man. His wife and children no doubt miss him. No doubt. Thank you for your insight, Inspector. Do you have any... There's nothing I can really do. Because this is like the last thing I can ask him. Correct. 10. How long did it take you to arrive? I don't know. Let's see. From the time you were called, how long did it take you to arrive to the crime scene? About 5 minutes. I happened to be in the neighboring royal, whatever, at the time, so it was a simple journey. Then I'm guessing that Major Howell would have been dead for around 10 minutes by the time you arrived. That would be a fair estimate. Plenty of time for a bad guy to slip away, huh? That's definitely a possibility. I don't think the court would appreciate my wild speculations, though. I don't know. Apparently, that's all I can ask. There's something I'm missing here. Can I ask more about the poison? Let's see. Let's keep asking about the poison. No, I can't ask any. I don't know. What am I missing here? There must be something I'm missing here. The label. Took a rose from the prince. Thorns was supposedly coated in poison. I don't know. Is he gonna say something else than about the thorns? It's just for the heck of it. How exactly was he poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to hearing this. What absurd thing to say, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. Why are you suggesting that the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? I guess. It was poison, but no doubt the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon would fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ is attempting as to sit here and oh my god. Inspector, please tell defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt the rose was in fact the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. Ooh, okay. I tried to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. Well, then now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the fingers of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives, and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. Marvelous suggestion. What is this? A witch trial? This isn't America. Oh, okay. Servant. That's not how we do things here. Call me Feathers JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are 4 more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector would perform his duty without oh my god. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poisoning at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. 'Tis such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ. But through the process of reasoning and elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that would have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that would have contained the poison, something the investigative police blindly overlooked. The chocolate. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? Is the paper wrapper to a piece? Oh my god, I got a card and it's on my screen. Why would you ruin the game like that, Steam? To a piece of chocolate. It was found in whatever, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Okay, well that's where I'm gonna actually leave it here because I'm actually getting a little bit too far into it, and I didn't want to. I was waiting for like a little break in here, but this game it just goes on and on and on with all the talking, and I'm slowly realizing that I am very bad at talking. So that's good for my self-esteem. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure if you like the series or anything else I create, consider liking, sharing, or subscribing, or sharing with a friend. All that will help out the channel greatly, and I would appreciate it a ton. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you anywhere else I make. So, see you guys.